Welcome to the Strata facility tour. Strata has always served two distinct goals, and the first one being, we want you exercising and moving pain-free. No matter who you are, if you're a senior struggling with joint problems, or you're a high-level athlete, anatomy and physics has always been the captain of our ship. And the more we can learn about your individualized anatomy, the easier we can customize physics to your system. However, exercise weights and traditional elastic bands can be very limiting. As such, our facility required unique equipment that would allow us to tailor each machine and every system to your unique body. The second is we wanted to create a platform and a space where exercise professionals could develop their professional practice and they could help more people like you. So welcome to Strata, please enjoy the tour. The first stop on our journey is our Kaiser Pneumatic equipment. Now, this exercise equipment looks really odd, and that's because it doesn't have a weight stack like traditional exercise machines. The Kaiser Pneumatic Resistance offers a few unique properties that I've never seen in a machine before and gives us incredible utility when we're working with people like you. First and foremost, unlike most exercises, this machine does not use a mass. It uses air-based resistance, pneumatic resistance. The nice thing about this is some of the forces like inertia associated with mass-based resistance are removed mostly, so that way we can actually work on amazing things like acceleration and changing tempo, which is a very unique property, especially as you start increasing resistance and progressing. The other thing that's really amazing about this machine, as you can probably hear, each of these machines have increase and decrease handles on the left and right side. This allows us to modify the resistance intra-set. So if we want to increase resistance on the eccentric lowering portion for whatever reason, or work on increasing it on the concentric portion, we can actually modify it intra-set. And if you've ever heard of something called a drop set, where you decrease the resistance by lowering the weight stack for more advanced exercisers, you can easily do that just by holding down that button while you're performing the exercise. Kaiser Pneumatic Resistance, one of my favorite exercise brands, and we have the entire lineup here. Arguably the grandparent of exercise equipment, Nautilus. The founder of Nautilus, Arthur Jones, introduced this thing right here called a cam. Cams manipulate torque. Why is that important? Most free weight exercises are limited as to how torque is expressed onto your body, creating unique profiles and sometimes hard to manage exercises. Many machines create scenarios that allow you to contract muscles in ways that you cannot with free weight exercises. And through those movements, there's this thing called a strength profile, in where your muscles are strongest and weakest based off the position. Arthur Jones took this cam and tried to shape them such that the resistance would change to match your strength as you'd go through an exercise. This is one of the reasons why Nautilus exercise was so popular many years ago. Frankly, most people never felt anything like a Nautilus machine before. Nautilus is a staple in the fitness industry, and frankly, because of the amazing cams they have, that's why we've got a full line of Nautilus equipment here. The next stop in the facility are the Strive machines, and they're frankly my favorite. Strive was introduced into the exercise market late 90s, early 2000s, and frankly, was not very popular. Much like Nautilus, they have cams that allow you to manipulate the resistance, but unlike Nautilus, where they had one cam to try and line it up with the muscles, Strive gave you the option where you could modify the position of the cam to get different resistance in different positions, allowing you to change how the exercise felt. At that time, this technology was a bit advanced and beyond what most exercisers were familiar with. What's worked out really well within today's market, and frankly, for us here at Strata, is this allows us to modify these exercises to feel however we need them to feel to help you get the best results. They offer a level of versatility that most exercise equipment does not, and I promise you, as I can find more of these Strive machines, there will be more of them here. Our diagnostic space is one of the most important places in the facility. The flat tables and the 45-degree sled allow us to manipulate your body position relative to gravity to assess posture, range of motion, and qualitative assessments of motor control from one side to the other to identify how your body's doing. With that information, it allows us, through our open bay concept, to go over towards the exercise equipment and design exercises in real time to make changes to your body. The reason why these tables are here is because once we collect that information and we perform some exercises to try and see some real-time changes, we can come back over here to reassess and see how is your body doing, recalibrate, and figure out the best next option. Our facility has 3 distinct sections, the first of which you just saw, the wooden floor area with the rehab machines, and where most of our muscle system specialists do their primary work. This is more of the traditional free weight exercise zone with a few Strata twists. We have free weights and functional training machines that allow you to do the traditional exercises that you love, but certain device systems allow us to modify the ergonomics to help you get more out of those exercises. In fact, this system right here is an accessory by Prime. It has the rotate handles that are a little more ergonomically friendly for pulling. They fit into your hand better, and even the bar has these little holes that allow you to adjust how wide or narrow you hold, so that way even a common pullover exercise that you've probably done before can be modified to your specific biomechanics. Traditional free weight exercises are very powerful. Bicep curls, bench press, deadlifts, all the exercises you've heard of, they can make some amazing changes. That's why they've been around for such a long time. But in some cases, they're not always appropriate based off of joint issues or proportions. This trap bar by Prime is a perfect example of Strata rethinking free weight exercises. This allows you to perform a traditional deadlift with some small modifications. First, it allows you to have a neutral grip, so that way your hands are actually sitting palms facing one another as opposed to down like a traditional deadlift. Second, it actually has these telescoping handles that allow you to slide the handle up and down to modify how deep or how high you are in the deadlift. So this could really help someone with a back problem. The other thing, as you can see, is it's sitting upright. So this actually allows you to take the weight right off the ground when you're putting the weight onto the machine and load it nice and smooth and never have to worry about scraping the ground. When you're ready, you put the bar down like a traditional exercise, and from there, you can perform a deadlift just like you would. This easy U-shaped handle allows you to get in and out of it much easier. So it's still a free weight exercise. It still has many of the same properties as traditional looking exercises. It looks a little different, but can really help you get better results and rethink exercise. Welcome to the final stop on our tour. We are upstairs in our classroom in our loft. We've hosted a slew of amazing courses with international educators: Exercise Professional Education's the Muscle System Specialist Program, the Resistance Training Specialist Program, Post-Activation Potentiation Preparation, and many more. We also use this space to host our study groups each week. We have 2 of them where all the trainers and even trainers from the United States join us, where we can talk about exercise, business practices, and improve the quality of our work. Glenn and I also host Strata's exclusive podcast, the Minds on Muscle podcast. If you want to learn more about our trainer practices, the way we think about exercise, and some of our preferences as professionals, please check out the Minds on Muscle podcast. Thank you so much for checking out this video. My name is Brandon. I'm the owner here. If you have any questions about our services or any of the equipment we talked about today, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to answer those questions. And if you want to move and exercise pain-free and you're looking for a professional to help guide you on that journey, please reach out. We'd love to see if we're a good fit for you. Thanks so much. We'll see you again soon.